Nobody in the wrestling world ever imagined this would happen. A forgotten former wrestler has just become a billionaire overnight, and fans can't stop talking about it. For years, this man was nothing more than a mid-card talent, someone the industry praised for passion but never for star power. He wasn't a world champion, he wasn't a household name, he wasn't even considered a major draw. Yet today, his name is exploding across every social feed on the planet. Viewers on social media went wild the moment the news broke, and the wrestling community instantly fell into chaos. How did a wrestler with almost no spotlight suddenly surpass legends, megastars, and even company executives in net worth? It all started with a mysterious business venture he quietly launched years ago, a project fans barely noticed. At the time, people assumed it was a side hustle, maybe even a passion project destined to fade away. But behind the scenes, he was building something revolutionary, something so disruptive that the entire tech and entertainment industry would eventually bow to it. The moment investors realized the scale of what he created, everything changed. Overnight, his net worth skyrocketed into the billions, leaving fans stunned. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Many thought the headlines were fake. Others believed it was some kind of viral marketing stunt for a wrestling comeback angle. But no, the numbers were real, the valuation was real, and the former wrestler was suddenly one of the wealthiest figures to ever be connected to the wrestling business. The crowd erupted into chaos when this story hit live events. Wrestlers backstage were whispering, stunned that someone they once shared locker rooms with was now richer than entire wrestling companies. Longtime friends couldn't reach him. Promoters who once overlooked him were now calling, hoping to get involved in whatever he built. And everyone wanted to know one thing: what exactly did he invent? That answer would emerge slowly, piece by piece, and every new detail only made the story more unbelievable. The wrestling world had seen shocking debuts, brutal betrayals, and unforgettable storylines. But never ever had they seen a former talent transform into a billionaire at the speed of a breaking news alert. And just when people thought the mystery was solved, an even bigger twist surfaced, a twist that changed everything. Because the truth behind his sudden wealth was more shocking than anyone imagined. And it all ties back to a secret hidden inside the wrestling business itself. Everything changed when secret documents leaked online. Documents revealing how the former wrestler became a billionaire and who helped him. At first, fans assumed his massive fortune came from a lucky cryptocurrency investment or a viral app. But the leaked files told a completely different story. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing when screenshots revealed his ownership stake in a groundbreaking AI-driven sports analytics company, a company now valued at over $18.40 billion after being acquired by a tech giant. What shocked everyone most was how deeply connected this technology was to the wrestling world. Years ago, while still wrestling, he quietly developed advanced algorithms to predict match outcomes, crowd reactions, and storyline engagement. Back then, nobody cared. Management brushed it off. Fellow wrestlers joked about it. But he kept improving the system, and when he retired, he transformed that early idea into a massive enterprise, an AI engine capable of analyzing millions of fan interactions, social trends, and viewing habits in real time. Viewers on social media went wild when they learned the system was secretly used by major combat sports organizations to design storylines, structure matches, and shape entire events. The wrestling world panicked. Executives scrambled. Nobody wanted fans to know how deep the technology's influence had gotten. And now, the creator of that AI, the former wrestler everyone once ignored, owned a huge portion of the company that made it all possible. The crowd erupted into chaos when insiders claimed multiple wrestling promotions were bidding to license the next-generation version of his system. And the price? Astronomical. Suddenly, everyone wanted to work with him. Billionaire investors, tech CEOs, media giants, even former rivals who once refused to give him opportunities were now desperately trying to set up meetings. But here's where the twist gets even crazier. Leaked emails revealed he had been secretly negotiating with a major wrestling promotion for nearly 2 years, and the new contract on the table could reshape the entire industry. Fans called it the biggest power shift since the Monday Night Wars, and the leak implied he wasn't just returning to wrestling. He might be returning in a role nobody saw coming. Fans couldn't stop posting reactions, saying, "There's no Trojan way, this is real," and "This is the craziest wrestling story of the decade." But the truth? Things were about to get even more insane, because the next leak didn't just expose his business, it exposed a massive cover-up involving top wrestling executives. The next leak hit the wrestling world like a meteor. It revealed a cover-up involving powerful executives, and the billionaire wrestler was right at the center. The documents suggested that years ago, the former wrestler had pitched his AI system directly to top wrestling officials and they rejected him. Not only that, but some sources claim certain executives even tried to block him from using the technology elsewhere. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing when former employees came forward, confirming the system was too smart, too unpredictable, and too powerful for traditional wrestling management to control. But the leaks showed something even more disturbing. Several executives had secretly attempted to buy his invention for pennies, allegedly hoping to bury it before it could change the business forever. They underestimated him. Big mistake. He held on to his idea, improved it, expanded it, and ultimately partnered with a team of elite Silicon Valley developers. Together, they built a version of the AI so advanced that major tech corporations began fighting for ownership. This led to the historic multi-billion-dollar acquisition, the one that instantly turned him into a billionaire. And now, the executives who once dismissed him were panicking. Viewers on social media went wild as more leaks exposed private messages where executives expressed fear the new billionaire would destroy the industry by revealing their outdated practices. Fans reacted with disbelief and anger, calling the executives jealous, short-sighted, and terrified of losing power. The crowd erupted into chaos online when rumors began circulating that multiple high-ranking officials were now being investigated for unethical conduct. Wrestling journalists claimed this was the most explosive backstage scandal in years. Meanwhile, the billionaire himself remained silent until one shocking announcement broke the internet. He revealed that he would be returning to the wrestling world, not as a wrestler, not as a manager, but in a role nobody had predicted. He claimed his mission was to bring wrestling into the future, using the technology he had created. Fans instantly speculated he was joining a major promotion as a chief strategist or creative director, but insiders claimed something even bigger, that he was preparing to take control of an entire wrestling brand. And if that was true, this could be the most dramatic takeover the industry has ever seen, because leaked financial documents hinted he was planning a move so massive it could shake the foundations of multiple wrestling companies. Just when the chaos seemed to reach its peak, things got even wilder, because leaked financial reports revealed the billionaire was buying something enormous. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing when insiders confirmed he had quietly purchased majority shares in a struggling but historic wrestling promotion. The wrestling community exploded instantly. Viewers on social media went wild, calling it the comeback story of the decade, the greatest power play in wrestling history, and the billionaire revenge arc nobody expected. For years, the promotion had battled financial problems, shrinking audiences, and inconsistent creative direction. Big networks stopped caring. Sponsors pulled out, but the billionaire saw potential. To him, this wasn't just a business opportunity, it was payback, evolution, and legacy all at once. The crowd erupted into chaos when reports surfaced that he planned to rebuild the entire company from the ground up. New branding, new creative direction, new contracts, new technology, and at the center of it all, his world-changing AI system, which he claimed would bring wrestling into a new golden age. Executives from rival promotions were stunned. Some were reportedly furious, others were terrified. And top industry insiders said this could trigger a competitive explosion not seen since the 90s. Even wrestlers across major companies began reaching out, hoping to jump ship and join the billionaire's new empire. And then came the biggest shock so far. Leaked negotiations suggested he was talking to a major television network, ready to sign a record-breaking broadcasting deal. If secured, it would instantly make his promotion a global powerhouse, capable of competing with the biggest wrestling brands on the planet. Fans couldn't stop reacting. Some celebrated his rise. Others feared what it meant for the wrestling landscape. But everyone agreed on one thing: the industry was changing forever. And just when people thought he couldn't possibly go any bigger, he did. Because his final announcement wasn't about business, it was about stepping back into the ring. Nobody expected it. Nobody believed it. But the billionaire just made the most shocking announcement of all time. He revealed he wasn't done wrestling. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing when he posted a dramatic teaser video showing his wrestling boots, a dark arena, and the words, "One last fight." The internet exploded instantly. Viewers on social media went wild, demanding answers. Was this a stunt, a storyline, a documentary, or a real return to the ring after all these years? The crowd erupted into chaos when a press release confirmed it. He would compete in one final match, a symbolic battle representing his journey from overlooked talent to unstoppable billionaire. But the twist wasn't his return. It was his opponent. Because rumors suggested he wanted to face a current top star, someone who once mocked him backstage, someone who told him he would never make it, someone who unknowingly inspired his billionaire rise. Wrestling reporters called it the most personal main event in history. His new promotion announced the match as the main event of their relaunch show, a mega event already predicted to break streaming records. The billionaire promised to donate all match earnings to young wrestlers struggling financially, saying it was time to give back to the business that gave me everything, even when it gave me nothing. Fans flooded comment sections calling it the greatest wrestling story ever told. Wrestlers from every promotion sent reactions, some supportive, some shocked, some jealous. Analysts predicted the event could reshape the entire wrestling landscape. And then came the final twist. He revealed that after the match, he would step into a permanent executive role, shaping the future of wrestling with his AI-powered vision, transforming storylines, production, talent development, and global fan engagement forever. A once-forgotten wrestler, now a billionaire innovator, preparing to fight one last time on the biggest stage he ever stood on. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. The world couldn't stop watching. The industry couldn't stop reacting. And when that bell finally rings, one thing is certain. Wrestling will never ever be the same again, because the countdown to one last fight has begun. And the world is waiting.